Hello, everyone. Our 9 First Morning Weather Alert Day will begin at 11 tonight and roll through tomorrow early afternoon. And hopefully you already have your Storm Shield weather apps ready and or a NOAA weather radio, because a lot of the storms that we are forecasting and tracking will be moving through in the overnight hours. We're already seeing a flash flood watch until tomorrow at 4 p.m. We've already gotten more than an inch of rain across the tri-state, and we're likely going to see another couple of inches. So localized flooding, especially in those low drainage areas, will be a concern. And of course, flash flooding could happen as this water is piling up. The other potential is for severe weather. And of course, we have a trifecta of our risks across the tri-state area. The area here in the deepest orange is our enhanced risk, southeast Indiana, at least parts of it, and a small portion of northern Kentucky. This is where the greatest storm potential lies. The enhanced risk area encompasses much of greater Cincinnati metro area, and then we have the slight risk for area Cincinnati to the east. The second area of concentration for the most potent storms will be over the greater Cincinnati area, followed by the slight risk area. So what does this mean to you? Well, it means we're likely going to see several rounds of weather with the potential for severe storms. That could include some isolated tornadic activity, some large hail. Of course, the very possibility of flash flooding is a concern, and damaging wind. Now, when is this going to happen? Likely we will really begin to monitor by midnight through the early morning hours is when we're likely going to see the first round. You certainly can see by 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, as you're perhaps getting out the door, that we will have some heavy weather over the tri-state area. And this is going to be the first big round, followed by a time period of around 8 or 9 o'clock. A second line of some very heavy rain, and the potential of storms will reside here in this line. Beyond that, it moves on out. The early afternoon, we start to clear things out a bit, but we will have some chances for light rain even through the afternoon and evening hours. Quickly, let's talk about what our greatest storm threats are. Kind of went over it a little bit earlier, but wind, damaging wind, is on the higher end. Flooding, localized flooding, as we have that flash flood watch in effect. Cannot definitely rule out tornadoes, because that's come up a notch, especially for areas in our moderate risk category and the enhanced risk as well. Hail will also be a big factor. We could have some very large quarter-size hail, if not larger, with this particular system. So again, be weather ready as you go through the overnight period and into your Wednesday. Highs are only going to be in the mid-60s, but we'll stay in the 60s overnight pretty much. Temperatures not changing all that much. Beyond this, the weather will level off, and we'll have a pretty fair but much cooler day on Thursday.